Howdy folks, we're back after a couple of days hiatus. Just trying to get other stuff done and didn't really get a whole lot done. I would like to have skipped this. Oops, that reminds me. Let's go ahead and get the thing so that I can modulate the volume a little bit. But anyway, yeah. So this will be the difference between being able to hear me and not. But yeah, so I meant to get some more stuff done lately, and I didn't. But that's, you know, it's fine. There's like a pandemic going on, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But anyway, I got my stimulus check. I hope the rest of you get yours soon. Because mine wasn't a check, mine was direct deposit.
This cliff's terrain is full of surprises.
It looks like
there are lots of nooks and crannies to find here.
It looks like they've stepped back
to move through the area.
on it being a loan, which is what it was
Pick
before.
a wrong place to jump, and your racing days
I guess
will
they
be
got
over.
enough
Remember, open
pushback
terrain means
that
lots
they
of
were
opportunities
like,
to acquire and take out targets. So stay on top of your weapons at all times. Good luck.
And that does look really cool. It's a really cool looking car. Oh well. This is the one we're doing. This is the one I've tricked the fuck out. Anyway, as I was saying, the thing is about the stimulus package, it's not nearly enough. Like, in a real sense. The only reason I'm okay is because, like, I'm in a unique financial situation for the first time in my life. Cool cutter. Nice. Looks good use of grenades, actually. I ain't even that mad. No, you don't. That was supposed to be my kill.
Hold on, Jack!
Bitches. But, anyway, what was I saying? Ah, yes, stimulus check. It's not quite enough. If you look at what other developed nations are doing, you realize that they spent less on their package, their stimulus packages, and their people got more out of it. And I've heard a lot of talk about, oh, well, you know, they have less people and all that. Yeah, they have less people, which also means they have, like, less tax revenue to work with, because they have less people. So, like, I'm not sure where you get off.
Hit the wall. Booyah, baby!
With, you know, with that idea. But moreover, someone tried to point out to me, like, and unironically gave me the stats that I needed to prove my point. They're like, oh, well, they have, you know, they have a tenth the GDP, or they have an 18th the GDP and a tenth the population. I was like, okay, yeah, they have 1/10 of our population and only make an 18th of what we make GDP, right? Like,
boom, baby.
And yet they're able to give their citizens more. They have 1/19 the resources, but 1/10 the thing. So they have almost. I'm not sure the least confusing way to express that math to someone who doesn't already get it, but they have less. They have almost. Okay, let's put it in percentage. They have 10% of our population. They only make 5% of what we make. And yet, their 10% of the population is getting more per on a cheaper stimulus package than we are getting. And that is because they actually, like, tax their richest citizens and the companies there. And also, their bailout wasn't, you know, their stimulus wasn't actually just a bailout for corporations, which is what ours is. Ours is a bailout for corporations. Like, almost We spent $2 trillion on this. You guys understand? So I believe the person was talking to me about Sweden. It may not have been Sweden. I can't remember the exact country. What I do remember is that theirs cost $84 billion. 84 billion, okay? Do you know what 84 billion is? That is 1/20th, in fact, of what we spent. That's less than a 20th of what we spent on ours, and their citizens are getting $2 grand a month. You understand? You understand how we're wasting our money? We're bailing out corporations when... And the guy that I was arguing with went on to even say, oh, we're a consumer economy. I'm like, yeah, so if we're a consumer economy, we're supposed to be giving to the consumers. That's us. We're the consumers.
I lost.
Yeah, we did lose. Or we did lose. Like, and that's the thing. The stimulus thing, oh, it's a $1,200 check. And yeah, it kind of helps, but it's not nearly enough, and it's way too expensive for what we're getting out of it. All that $2 trillion, 90% of it's not coming to us. 90% of it's going to businesses.
No!
Businesses that were supposed to get tax breaks specifically for, like, whatever, reinvestment of their company and all that shit. How come they can't fucking afford a single disaster? Right? I'll tell you why. It's because they're operating on pure efficiency, which is fine. That's not really the problem. The problem is, if that money was going to us, the consumers, it would be getting to the businesses anyway, and all would be right to the world. Instead, the money is going to those businesses, and we are expected to continue to shop there with the little money that we have. So they're getting paid twice, we're getting paid once. Alright? That's what's happening. It's not a good setup for any... It's incredibly wasteful, and it's kind of insulting, actually. They expect us to kowtow and, like, just be down for whatever it is. You know where my stimulus check is friggin' going? Alright, I'm trying to put it back into the community. I'm trying to put it back into local arts and local businesses. Because I'm okay on rents, or I don't have rents anymore, that's right. First time in my life I don't have fucking rent, really. At least it feels like it. First time living on my own that I don't have rent. I have a mortgage payment, which is similar, but we're not getting into that. But we have enough saved up that mortgage payments are fine. So I'm taking this and I'm trying to stimulate the economy by putting this money to people who I know need it. That is to say, your local artists and your local businesses. Because they do hard work and they do good work, and they deserve what I can give them. Take that, Razor, you piece of shit. I hate you. You know what? I should have tried harder to die so that no one could get my, no one could get the kill from me. Where's Ashley? Oh, cool. I'm a champion.
No!
Yes! Here we go, here we go.
Booyah, baby!
Shut up, Sid.
Bye-bye!
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
No!
Oh, god damn it, I was stuck. I couldn't move. Kinda like how I feel about the economy. Hey-oh! Alright. So anyway. Like I said, I'm supporting local businesses with my check. Because that's the appropriate thing to do in my opinion. I'm trying not to go to big chains, if I can help it. I'm trying not to go to anything like that. I'm trying to spend the money on people in my community. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing, in my opinion. But again, as I was saying, the stimulus check just isn't enough. It's not enough. it's not what the rest of the developed world is doing to its citizens, and we're supposed to be the best. Like, how are we the best if we're doing less? Demonstrably less. Demonstrably and mathematically. But I know that we're failing as a country because, again, the discussion that I had about this, the person provided me with the evidence that I needed to shred his argument, but was too dense in that moment to understand what I was saying. He's like, oh, well, it's not the thing that you're saying it is. I'm like, yes, it is. It literally is. Look. And I reiterated. He did not get back to me. Because, again, if a country is spending... If we're spending $2 trillion and only giving our folks $1,200 once, but another country is spending $84 billion to give their citizens $2,000 a month, then there's a problem there. And again, it's a smaller population, but as they pointed out, it's a tenth of the population with only a 1/19th of our GDP. So they make roughly 5% of what we make and have 10% of our population, which means they should have, theoretically, half the proportional resources to go around. Only half. And yet, they are doing significantly more with it because our stimulus package is mostly, as per usual, a corporate bailout.
Okay, that hurt.
Like, that's what's happening with our $2 trillion. It's a corporate bailout. Whereas if they just sent it to us, those companies wouldn't need bailouts. If they just sent it to us, those companies wouldn't need bailouts. Because we'd be spending there. It wouldn't be a problem. But they're against giving us anything. And you know why they don't want to give us something like that? Because we're going to get used to it, and we're going to see, oh, we could have been doing this all along.
Here's one for you.
Like, the only reason it doesn't work is because it's not a concentration of wealth. You know, all the wealth isn't being concentrated in just a couple of places, which is why the people at top don't want it, because they like the wealth being concentrated the way that it is, because it's them. They are the ones who get it.
Get over.
All these rich fucks who can buy these politicians, they are the ones who benefit from this bailout, not us. Because it's supposed to be a stimulus check. It's supposed to be a stimulus thing. It's not stimulus. It's a bailout. There's a difference.
Here's some trouble.
The difference might not seem like a lot to some folks, but to someone as politically literate as I try to be, it's huge. And I know that we live in a country that not just downplays it, but tries to make sure that its people are as politically illiterate as possible, so that the rich can keep getting all of these crazy awesome benefits at our expense. And that's just a fact. Anyone who tells you otherwise is either misled or benefiting from how broken the system is. And you have to really look at who you're talking to and what their motivations are for saying the things that they say, for standing behind the things that they stand behind. It's important to know at all times what you're dealing with. Because there are people whose sole existence is to take advantage of you. And those people have gotten adept, super adept, at telling you that the people who actually want to help are the ones doing the damage and doing the taking advantage of. Because, obviously, because they stand to lose something huge. And it's generally just taxes. The people who don't want taxes are the people who can most afford to pay them. And they'll make sure that the only taxes that we're paying are the ones that we can't afford to pay. Like, Texas is all big on how red and how Republican it is at any given time, right? But we have really high property taxes. Like, in lieu of having another income tax, like state income tax, we have really high property taxes. Which sucks for
Another loss.
most of us, actually. Like, property taxes kind of suck. And I understand the need to pay taxes. I believe that taxes should be based on income, personally. But I can agree to some property tax. But the fact is, it's like, property taxes, in my experience, hurts the average person, whereas income tax is seen as a bigger deal with people who make tremendous amounts of income. People who wouldn't miss it. Like, people who aren't a paycheck away from, or a missed paycheck away from poverty. Or not even poverty, like, we're all fucking poor, so we're already in the poverty. People who aren't a paycheck away from homelessness are the ones who generally complain about income taxes. Like, making it sound like it's the end of the friggin' world if there's income tax. Piss off better. So.
Eat this.
But anyway. Other thing. Ah, yes. So my stimulus check came in. I hope y'all's comes in as soon as possible. That would make me happy. Yes. I'm pretty sure that one was mine. Yes, it was. Because, shitty or not, it's still something. But never forget that it should be more, and that other developed nations are doing it. And we're supposed to be the best. You know what we're currently the best in? Having coronavirus cases. We have more than anyone else. We have more deaths than anyone else too. Because, you know, that follows. But we have more cases, more confirmed cases, and more deaths than anywhere else in the world. Because USA, we're number one. We're number one.
Move over, buddy.
Like, we're the best at being shitty at fucking virus response. Trying to find some help. I would rather just die. Okay, I guess just dying isn't really gonna happen. Yeah, never forget that we're not as good as they say we are. This country is basically masquerading as a developed nation at this point. Like, we're not really. We're just a country where a lot of wealth has aggregated, or has not aggregated, whatever, you know, maybe aggregate's the right fucking word, I don't know, I'm fucking tired. We're just a country where a lot of wealth has accumulated, but where all of that wealth doesn't mean anything.
Woohoo! Right where it hurts, kid.
Because, like, so many of us live in poverty. Granted, it's better than the poverty experienced by many portions of the rest of the world. Like, no one can deny that. But that doesn't mean it's okay. That doesn't mean it's good. If we're going to be this wealthy, all of us should be benefiting, but we're not. Like, any country that has hospitals that don't have enough for even a slight problem. Like, we ran out of supplies well before this became, or well before we became number one. Hell yeah.
You all lose.
Last minute getting in first place. Powerhouse put down indeed. Cutscene time.
Why are you here? Does the network think you're the future of broadcast?
Perhaps. It's all in the attitude, the look, the way I... We're back for another exciting race, folks, where survival is just as important as winning. Say, Blitz, isn't this the same track your father won his first championship on?
Why, yes, that's true.
People say he was quite a racer.
He was the best. Until he was killed on this very track a few years later. It's a cruel sport, eh? But enough about my old man. Let's get back to all the racing action.
That is a surprising twist to his character. Very surprising. Maybe there's more to Mizo than I thought, because he's definitely still Mizo. Like...
This is a death race through Spargus City and the Temple. Remember that this is all about taking out the drones. The more the merrier. Remember to take advantage of your weapons whenever you can. Use them or lose them.
But yeah. My dog is trying to get into my room, but I don't know why. That said, I don't,
All right, let's race.
you know me, I don't,
Ready,
I don't
go!
get in. Oops. Shit. Why am I drifting so much? I'm not even pressing that button. So anyway, how are you doing out there today?
Get some! Get some!
Fucking YouTubing. Hope y'all are doing okay. Hope you all survived your political rant. I put these descriptors in the episodes and these tags because I do try and talk about this stuff a bit each episode because it's important.
Concrete.
And, you know, I don't know, I'm not really a big channel right now. And that's fine. Maybe I'll never be. But maybe I will be. I don't know. But I just want a record of the things that I say. I want people to know what I was talking about. Oh, it's hard.
Here's a little hero hell.
It's hard when we live in a society that has put so much effort into making sure that we are not educated about this stuff so that we don't know better. We're very insulated from information that contradicts our worldview. It's weird. Like, we have no idea how bad we got it because we don't know. Like, we're not privy to other countries, you know? And there's like a cult of ignorance in this country. Like, it's better to not know things. Like, it's celebrated to not know things. Being educated is seen as being elite, which is really funny. Because, like, people who use the word elite are using it wrong. Like, they're talking about people who want people to be educated in this country as being elitist. They're not being elitist if they want to bring everyone up to the same education level. It means...
Another failure.
It means that they want the base level of education to be higher so that we are all smarter and there is less elite.
Ready, go!
Which is a threat to the real elites. The economic elites. The people who have money. They are super threatened by people being educated because it hurts their power. If we're educated, we won't fall for their bullshit, which they, of course, are terrified of. Because we don't fall for their bullshit, that's not just their potential pocketbooks, you know, at risk. That's the idea that we might really come after them for everything that they've done, like legally, is terrifying. They don't want that. Can I help you? 1 second, folks. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, as I was saying, there's a class of people in this country that are actually elites, and they are the ones who are trying to tell you that the educated are elite, and that it is bad to be elite. They are the class of people who are trying to tell you that you can do anything with hard work, while they themselves have never done a true day of hard work in their lives. Like, when you're the CEO of a massive company, yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of paperwork to do, but you're not on the ground. You're not making your company work. Other people are. And those same people will tell you that anyone who fights for your rights is an elitist, and that that is a bad thing. But it's not elitist to want to help people. It's not elitist to want a higher standard of living for people. The only problem is I don't know that what I'm saying right now, I don't know that my words are going to reach anyone who needs to hear them. Anyone who needs to be aware of this stuff so that they can look at what they're supporting and maybe change their minds. Because the actual elites in this country, the ones who are threatened by us being educated, the ones who are threatened by taxes, they have, I mean, they've always been good at it, but they are masters at manipulating those of us whom it would benefit to tax them into not wanting them to be taxed. Because the general attitude in this country is, I'm not poor, I'm just not a millionaire. I'm not a poor person. I'm not impoverished. I'm a temporarily embarrassed millionaire. That's all I am. But that's not, statistically, especially under the current system, that's never going to happen.
Move that pile of junk.
When the minimum wage is so low that you can't live off of it, no other wage can be higher. Like, that's how that works. Anyone who's arguing against a minimum wage is also arguing against higher wages for everybody. Because the minimum wage is just that minimum. Well, why should a burger flipper make as much as a nurse? Well, they shouldn't. Being a nurse is more demanding than, say, being a fast food worker. But a fast food worker needs to fucking be able to live off of what they make. It's bullshit, the idea that they shouldn't. And if you pay them $15 an hour, and you're only paying the healthcare worker $15 an hour, guess what? It's time to pay the healthcare worker more because they know that they can just go work in a fast food joint and make as much. That's the real reason they don't want to raise the minimum wage. They don't want to encourage all of us to take a look at our wages and realize, hey, it's not enough. Because it's not. And honestly, the whole trickle-down thing is the exact opposite of what needs to happen. Studies show, like, and not just studies, like, around the world, this is just how it works. The more taxes the rich have to pay, the more things they'll do to offset that, and that includes just paying their friggin' workers more. They pay their workers more than paying less taxes.
Want some more?
but they won't pay their workers what they're really worth unless we force them to. And that's it. People are like, oh, what about competition? Alright, well, competition doesn't exactly, you know, inspire innovation in a grocery store, alright? A grocery store is a grocery store. It does one thing. It sells groceries.
I got your back.
There's no competition to be had there. I wouldn't mind if we had only one grocery store. I really wouldn't. But it's communism. Is it? I mean, I guess. If you just had one thing that was like a national chain, like, if you just had, like, the grocery store itself was state-run, for example, there wouldn't be competition. They'd just be marketing it what's fair to market it at.
Watch it.
Of course, that is really full-blown communism, and there comes a point where it's like, you know, at what point does money not mean anything anymore? I don't know. Maybe there shouldn't be money.
Want some more?
But while there is money, what we have now is not a system that's working. It's not. If there is a single child going home to no food, or if there is a single person that doesn't have a roof over their heads, we're failing as a species. There's no point in all of human advancement if those things are still problems.
The hero wins again.
Like, 0 point whatsoever.
And the light turns green.
What was the point of industrializing farming
Hang on, Daxter.
if we weren't going to feed everybody, you know? I've made that point on this show before. And I'll make it again until every single person on the planet is fed. Because it's not just about this country. That's another thing. It's like, oh, what about the kids in Africa? Okay, yeah, but you don't want to help the kids in Africa. You just want to shut me up about the problems at home. Well, guess what? I care about the fucking kids in Africa, too. I care about everybody. I don't want anyone to starve, and there's no reason we should. There's literally no reason. And I'm just so angry all the time. It's because of that, you know?
This is my track.
Like, I'm angry that there's injustice in general, but there's certain kinds of injustices that I see as artificial. Like, they're artificially imposed injustices. And I hate it. Oh, life sucks and then you die. I mean, it doesn't have to suck. There's no reason life has to suck.
Bump and grind.
Not a single reason. We're advanced enough as a species that we can friggin' put members of us on the moon in an environment where we would die instantly if we just went there naturally, you know? Like, if we were somehow teleported onto the moon, we couldn't survive there, but we are smart enough to not just get there, to a place that we have no business being, but to survive there. We can do that. So why is anyone starving? Why is anyone homeless? Because there are certain people who want more than their fair share. And they'll say that they earned it. And they didn't.
Move that
None of
pile
them
of
earned
junk.
it. All of my bosses over the years, most of them, really good people. But they didn't... But their boss, you know, like my boss's bosses, stuff like that, they didn't earn that. I earned that for them. It was my work that did it. I'm part of why they have nice homes and didn't have to worry about bills and things like that. And that's something that we as workers need to understand. We're the ones making it happen. And that's something that this virus, I pray, teaches us. That we are the ones keeping the country running. And I hope that that's reflected in November. I hope that the Senate gets flipped to more progressive people. I hope that the House gets flipped further into progressivism than it already has been. We need it, or we are definitely just dead. I'm not even paying attention to the game. I'm really just going off on this rant.
It's a clean stop.
But I've got a lot on my mind, you know? I haven't played for a few days. I've been playing other stuff. I'm playing Bloodborne, for example. It's just, I want to.
Have a little trouble.
So,
Move over, buddy.
I don't know. I'm just worried about everything. We almost had a real chance of beating Trump, and I don't feel like we have it anymore. Because Biden. Yeah, let's go on that. Biden is not a strong enough candidate to beat Trump. Because he's not. I don't know what the DNC is doing. I don't understand. How scared must they be of progressive values that this is what they're doing? Guaranteeing Trump another victory. I get that they all take from the same corporate donors, but come the fuck on. You're at least supposed to pretend to be different. And it's not supposed to be obvious that you're pretending.
Get clear.
There's supposed to be an illusion. That's the thing that really pisses me off. It's like, are we paying so little attention now? They think they can just get away with this? I mean, it looks like they are getting away with it.
Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
And I'm very much not a tinfoil hat kind of guy, you know? I don't do conspiracies, for the most part. Most conspiracies are actually pretty obvious. But not in a, oh, if you just tried it. No, it's like, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Hit the wall.
He didn't. He was murdered. The most obvious hit in the history of hits. Like, Jesus Christ, at least if it had been under the Obama administration, it would have been done competently. No, this is just the stupidest hit in the world. It's the most obvious thing. And, you know, we all know that they did it, but it's like, who do we hold accountable? None of that matters, he's a fucking pedophile, I guess. But at the same time, he needed to survive so that we could catch the rest
Out
of
of
them.
my way.
Which is, of course, why he was killed. Because he was definitely gonna turn fucking goddamn cocksucking.
Not again.
I'm gonna keep doing this.
Go for it, boys. Oh, yeah.
See, like, the car is swerving a lot. Like, a lot. And I have nothing to do with it. See, like, it swerves a lot.
Feeling jacked up. Bye, Bernie.
Oops. Whatevs.
You feeling this?
Damn it. Oh my god.
Give it up.
Seriously.
Move over.
No, I'm not gonna make it.
Get over.
At least I made bronze, but damn, this is hard.
Winner by furball.
We didn't win, Jack. It's not good enough.
And it's not good. He's off.
There we go, that's a good start.
Hold on, Jack. How's that?
I really don't like it. That's horseshit.
Kiss my fender. I got you now.
Holy shit. Jesus Christ.
Here's a present.
Damn it, I was close that time.
It's a clean start.
Let's do it, Dax. Wham bam, baby. Fuck this, buddy.
He's saying bump this, but it sounds like fuck this. I'm like, dude, this is a tier.
Hold on, Dak.
Fuck wasted.
This one's for you. How's that?
Too much.
Lead, follow, or get out of the way. Oh yeah, one for the record book.
Damn it! That little fuck up at the end cost me everything. Oh my god.
All right, here we go.
At least I'm gonna have like plenty of money for the next cup. You know what I mean? Like too much. I was trying to like have him slam in the back of me. Did not quite work. Oops, shit. I can't believe in this episode I've only done 2 races. Doesn't matter, nothing matters. Dust in the wind. I mean,
You feeling this? Got him now. Eat wall.
he said eat wall, but it sounded kind of like eat balls. Maybe because I haven't heard mine. Fuck, come on. Oh my god. Why is it handling so janky all of a sudden?
I got more where that came from. Yeah, Samos taught me
Oh,
well.
by the skin of my teeth. Thank God, that was driving me crazy. I have so many winnings. Let's go to the Iceland since we're so used to driving on shitty terrain.
This is a tricky ice track. The traction can get a bit loose out there, so watch out. Stay
Oh, it's a
frosty,
freeze
or
rally.
this track will really bite you.
We all know how this is gonna go.
This lock is on the starting line. And the block is off.
Oops, I missed the boat. Fuck. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's a tenor. Just gonna have to remember that. Cool, I missed both. Goddamn genius. Missed that too. Who knows? I might be okay. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. As long as I can hit that 10. That'll really help. There we go. That's gonna make all the difference.
No!
Shit! That's gonna destroy all of the difference.
No!
Oh, damn it. I don't know this time, I don't think.
This one's for Damas.
Oh, one try. Oh, for Deimos, that's nice. One try! Yay! By a fraction of a second. By 3/4 of a second.
I love a racer with a big gun, so if you got it, use it. This fight is all about the frags, so keep moving and find your targets. And don't be one yourself. If you get a clear shot, take it, but wait for the perfect moment to strike. Go get him, big gun.
Don't you have a boyfriend?
Here we go, people.
Oh, finally. How's the races? Cool, I got hanged.
I can hold you all off.
Can you?
Get some, get some! That's gonna leave a mark. What a takeout! Move over!
Yes. This is pod racing.
This can't be happening!
Can it is, Pally.
Wanna go boom? Move that pile of junk. Here's a little prison.
Okay, let's go ahead and get out of the, let's get out of the kill box real quick. So that we can maybe find some health. He said, hopefully.
Right up the pipe. No!
Oh, Cleaver ruined my kill streak. Guess who's super mad? Me. My kill streak.
My trap.
Unstoppable. I was the greatest racer who ever participated in the sport.
Stop it! Did that hurt you, Jack?
Did it? Please? Tell me.
Bump this, buddy.
He said bump this. Razor was mine.
I'm getting worse! Oh.
Yes, you are, see. You messed with the bull. Now here comes the rest of the bull, I guess, or whatever. Just once.
Oh, that hurt.
I probably did. Oh shit, I got both of them at once.
Another one bites the dust.
I am amazing. What a way to win. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's
Cool stuff
show
I
him a
do.
new trunk, Johnny.
Cool.
This is a Grand Prix qualifier, Jack. You must earn a gold medal in each qualifying race in order to be invited to the big event.
Okay. There we go, it's a circuit race. Let's do it.
What do you want, Pecker?
I came here to tell you all to watch your tail feathers. Let's just say that in my position, I hear a lot of off-the-record interviews.
Start flapping your beak, Pecker.
Okay. It appears the racing syndicate run by Mizo has been fixing races for some time. You guys are the only wild card out there, and they don't like it.
Yeah? When you're poisoned, you'll do crazy things.
That's off the record, Squawker. Nobody knows about the poison, and we'd like to keep it that way.
Oh, of course. You can trust me. I'll let you know when I have more info.
Welcome to another Blue Cup Grand Prix qualifier. Get ready to enjoy all the action.
What are these car designs?
Go for it!
Just realized, like, you're sitting in this tiny little pod. Is it meant to protect you? Why is... Okay. Why is my car spazzing out like that? I get that it's icy terrain, but I have a limit. horn. Haven't hit a single friggin' weapon aside from the initial missiles.
No!
Excellent. Also good.
This one's for you!
Who is it now? Woohoo! Oh, here we go. Time to die.
Ooh.
Because there's no way to dodge it. It homes.
We got him!
There we go, okay.
Man, it's a free-for-all! I'm getting rocked here!
Yeah, gee, I wonder how.
Where's Bam? Thank you, ma'am. The question is, who wants it more?
Me.
Wants
I
it
want it
more? One lap finish.
Oh, come the fuck. That's horseshit. I think I killed him. Awesome. Like I said, there's no dodging it. There's only getting as far ahead as you can or having a shield. Which, as I didn't have a shield, it was, let's get as far as we can.
Want some more? Listen to that crowd walk! Now I'm hurt. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. What a challenge!
You guys fucking don't.
Yeah,
Yay.
we win!
Despite taking that kind of sideways.
We've got new roof panels coming out of our ears. Show him what he's won, Pecker.
Cool. Kill. Haven City. Want to do that real quick? No, that's your circuit.
Nice to be back in Haven City, right? This challenge is all about speed, so keep the engine screaming and your eyes on the road.
You know how to do this, Ashlyn. Thank you.
Let's do this. We've got a green light.
Okay. Alright, so bad handling out the gate. I guess because water is technically here. doesn't... Wow. Jesus Christ. Fuck me.
Body slam!
Okay, cool. Cool, thanks, man. Oh my god. This is the worst thing. Like, they're giving me adequate time, but holy shit, is this bad. Oh my god. There's no way to improve your handling on the water either. You either just learn to drive on water or you don't. But I am going to say that in my experience as someone who's actually driven while it's raining, I feel like this is not an accurate representation. This is too wet. It's too much. God damn it. It's not even wet up here anymore. And it's still friggin' handling like ass. Jesus Christ.
Oh, GTB! That was a real pilot!
I don't know.
Another big crash!
This is aggravating. I know I normally don't restart, but
And the light turns
that
green!
was just aggravating. Oh my god. I hate this. I hate this. Oh my god.
We're seeing some real scrambled eggs out
I'm
there.
about to friggin'... This is the last attempt. I don't care if it's pass or fail. I'm too aggravated for this. I would rather be playing friggin' Bloodborne right now, and I'm terrible at Bloodborne.
No!
But it would be less monotonous and aggravating than this is. See, I'm spiraling out of control as if there was water on the ground, but there's no water on the ground. There's no traction. I won't be winning this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I have less than a minute to finish this course. And I'm not even halfway through. Cool, yeah, it's my favorite thing. Fucking... Oh god damn it. Oh my god. Fuck. Yeah. No winning this. Point, I don't think I'm gonna get bronze. This track freaking sucks, dude. Yeah, I couldn't even get bronze.
Let's go again.
No, screw this. Screw this. We're done. We're done for the day. Or at least for right now. Probably for the day, I don't know. Okay. Well, thank you all for joining. I'm just so tired.